I think that's exactly what the flower does when it doesn't hurry. It just lets it be. It just lets it be and doesn't hurry. And what that means, it doesn't mean you don't have effort. It doesn't mean you let go of responsibility. It doesn't mean you just are lazy. It means you allow the inspiration. You make room for that because you let go of all the concern and worry of the past and the fear and everything of the future, and you just allow yourself to be in the present moment. Because when we're in the present is when we can grow, we can flourish, we can blossom, we can understand what life is about. Ernest Holmes said, the whole problem with human suffering isn't divine will. It's ignorance and lack of understanding of the process of life. Some of us get here, all of us get here probably, at least I know I did. Why isn't there a manual for this thing called life? What are we doing here? Why are we here? We don't have instructions on who we're supposed to be. But we have the most beautiful instruction book you could even imagine. And Em, you brought it up this morning. It's about the natural laws of life. If we just look at nature as a teacher for us on how to grow and become and evolve and keep the process going, we can learn so much from these natural laws of life. Let me tell you what Ernest Holmes says about the natural laws of life. He says that natural laws, especially the law of mind, the creative process is what it would be, are fundamental principles that govern the whole universe. They are dependable, reliable, mechanical. And when we understand and apply these laws to our life, we can design our life with certainty. But it's a process of unfolding. These laws are the laws of cause and effect, the law of belief, the law of love, the law of prosperity, the law of giving and receiving. All of these laws we need to learn how to use in our life, to have faith in them and practice them so we can start creating a life that works for us, a life of who we're meant to be. But we have to let go of that stuff that keeps us from becoming who we are. We're so often striving to do and be and not letting what we're supposed to do come forth and come forward. Ernest Holmes and his brother, Fenwick, wrote a book called The Voice Celestial. And it's about a wayfarer, a traveler that's on a spiritual journey. That would be all of us. Seeking understanding in life. Trying to put things together to make sense of this thing we called life. And along the way, he meets all these different spiritual teachers, each one giving him information and little things to grow in his mind and heart to become who he's meant to be, this spiritual adventurer. On page 2003, the presence is talking to the wayfarer. The presence is the God essence, the divine essence within us. And it says to the wayfarer, give time. The fruit must ripen on the tree. So it is with man's struggle with the truth. Impatience will not speed the harvest. We're always growing and unfolding and becoming more and more. We're on our journey to spirit, to our oneness, to our whole understanding of unity. That's our journey we're on. But it's a process. And as Joseph Campbell says, we must live from our own center because each one of us is an individualized, a unique expression of spirit. We have our own way to unfold. Yes, we can have mentors and teachers that teach us things, but we've got to do the unfolding and growth ourselves. So right here and right now, I'd like us all to just make the decision. We're going to be a little more open, a little more available. We're going to let go a little more to leave here renewed, to leave here a little more in touch with that beautiful guidance and inspiration that's already within us. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Would you agree?
Yes.
Nature gets things done in a good way, and it's teaching us. Even the things we might call urgency and looks like destruction, it might be the wildfire, the storms, all these things we look at and go, what's nature doing? It's a way of expressing transformation and balance according to a way bigger picture than we can see. It's bringing earthquakes, bring balance back to life. Some of the things humans have caused, and some are things just a natural process of nature, but it's bringing balance back. Nature teaches us that everything unfolds in alignment with its thinking, its thoughts, what it's putting out there. It's unfolding so it can learn and grow, and that's what's happening to us. You know, when we feel pressure, do any of you... I had a little tough week. Does anybody feel pressured this week? Do you feel pressured sometimes? Okay, I have a question. I did this a few thousand times this week. Anyway, what is growing in me that can't be rushed? What am I trying to hurry along that needs the process of growth? And the other question, how can I trust life's timing today? How can I trust it? How can I trust that everything is in divine order and happening as it should be? It takes strength and courage to do that, to trust that and to know. You know, I don't know if you know, but divine timing and human timing are not the same. You know, we plan, God laughs. That's the way it works, you know. Sometimes we're right in alignment and it folds beautifully, but not all the time. And that's where we have to really have what Ernest Holmes calls active faith. Now, so I can't have active faith. It's too hard. It's an inner knowing. It's an inner knowing that there is only one life, and that life is God's life. That life is perfect, and that is my life now. That's what the inner knowing is. There's a perfection to what's happening in our life. We may not see it. We may not understand it. We don't have that bigger picture, but it's true. And that's what it's saying. That's what that inner knowing's saying. But we've covered that up because we don't believe it. And one of the laws is our beliefs create our experience. And so that belief that, no, that's not possible, yes. The bigger truth, the universal truth is spirit is all there is. There's only one. We're all from the same divine DNA. It's all we're all that part of that, one family of that. But when we understand that it's all unfolding as it should be, it's in there. It's down there. We can get there. We might need meditation court to get there. We might need play to open up. We might need friendship and love. We might need to know that we matter and make a difference. We need that thing that softens us so we can be like the flower and just grow. If we imagined right now just a field of wildflowers, some are fully in bloom. They're beautiful and gorgeous. And some are just sprouting. And others are still seeds, just the beginning of feeling the sun's light to pull them up. But they're all unfolding exactly as they should be. And that's the lesson for us, that everything is really in divine timing. And we can be in alignment with where we're supposed to be right now, or we can step out and be miserable and uncomfortable and challenged by life. Although challenges aren't necessarily bad. We know the story, you know, we need those challenges. Challenges want us to grow and learn and get stronger. Of the little girl that found the cocoon and the butterfly was struggling to get out. And she thought she'd be a big helper and cut the cocoon. But without the struggle, hint, hint, without the struggle, the butterfly wasn't strong enough to fly or survive. The lesson for us, we can look at struggles as being the biggest problem when they're really wanting us to strengthen, to grow, and to become something more. You know, if a flower could teach us a lesson, and if it could talk, it would tell us what we need to do. And it would say, number one, I want you to practice it. You know, I tell you, put your feet on the ground. Stop tying yourself up in knots, because it's hard to let divine, the wisdom, the inspiration flow through you when you're all wadded up. So we have to open up and put our feet on the ground and feel your roots. But feel your roots going in to the soil of divine love, of infinite possibility, of the something more that always wants to work through us. That's the first and foremost thing to do, is plant your feet, your roots in spiritual truths. That's what we want, to know the spiritual truth of life is moving through us, to bring us understanding, acceptance, surrender, allowing. Not always getting what we want, but allowing us to be guided to the next perfect right step for us. You know, Mark Nepo said, I can't remember what he says, but I'll think of it in a minute. The next thing that the flower would tell us, turn towards the light. We always say, at least I always say, keep your earthly wagon hitched to a star, to the light, to something bigger, so we can make it through those times that are difficult, and we can rejoice and celebrate and have fun in the times that are great. You've got to be reaching for something more, something bigger than us, because it's there. And the next thing it would say is, don't compare. Again, think of the field of flowers. They're all different, but one's not standing next to the other going, oh, I wish I were like that one. It grows as itself. It's becoming who it's meant to be. And that's what we're here to do. There's something unique and special about each and every one of us. Things wouldn't be whole and complete without all of us here. And we have to act and develop and grow into our part. The other thing it would tell us is rest when needed. Even the perennials take a little nap in between blooming. They don't just keep working all the time. That wears us out. We have to rest, recover, remember. And last but not least, trust the rhythm. We're always in motion, even when we're still. Quiet the mind and let inspiration, guidance, and wisdom flow through us. If we could see the miracle of a single flower and what it took, the courage, the commitment, the love for that flower to grow, our life would be changed forever, because it's teaching us. You know, the Chinese bamboo tree is really a lesson too. You plant the seed of the bamboo tree and water it and attend to it. And for 4 years, it looks like nothing is happening. Yet the 5th year, that it sprouts, and in 6 weeks, it grows 90 feet. And you go, oh my God, how much that grew in 6 weeks. Right. It spent 4 years creating the root system. Hint, hint, the spiritual truths, the root system it needed to sustain the beautiful, majestic 90-foot tree. And that's what you and I are called to do. We're called to establish those roots of truth, of understanding, so we can grow and be all we're meant to be. All we are meant to be. That's for us to do. Now, I wish I could find Mark Nepo's quote, and I tell you, where's Mark Nepo? I bet I lost it. It was so cool, though. I'll tell you next week. It's something about, I don't remember. But it's really cool. It's in me, so I get it, but I just can't say it. If you could change, what would change in you right now? If you trusted that in this moment, right here, right now, in this moment, you are exactly where you're supposed to be. What would change in you if you accept, I'm right where I'm supposed to be? Everything that's going on in my life right now, everything that's going on in my life right now is exactly the way it's meant to be. It's what I need right now to grow. And if you can't say yes to that, you need stronger roots I've been working on roots this week. And that's why I talked about Mark Kneepo, because I was hard getting out of one of those mental, I don't get in those very often, where just those things travel around your mind and they're in these loops and you can't stop them. Does anybody ever have those? And I couldn't stop it. And I know better than that. And I said, I have the tools, but I didn't need the tools. I needed roots. And I went to my Mark Kneepo book, 7,000 Ways to Listen. And I opened it, and there it was. There was the answer, because the answer is always there for us. It's always there for us if we feel that guidance and we do it. Okay, your feet are still on the floor. I want to do a little meditation with you. So I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes. First of all, just tighten up for a minute. Just tighten. You don't need to show tightening, but just tighten the things you can be aware you can tighten. And then let go. Just let go. And breathe. Don't force it. Don't hurry it. Just let your body do what it does. And breathe. Breathe. And imagine yourself right here and now as a seed. A little seed that is so filled with life-giving potential. That so has the intention to grow and become something more. For us, it might be more kind, more loving, more caring, more discerning. It might be that. It might be something you want to create, but just more. What's my next best version of myself? And feel yourself, as we mentioned before, just held in the soil of divine love, knowing you're not alone in this process, but there's something more that's supporting and filling you with what is needed to grow and become the next best beautiful expression of yourself. It's there for us right here and now. It's there. We know that spirit, that love, that compassion, truth is all working together, urging us. It's just like the angel bends over the little blade of grass, continually saying, grow, grow. We can listen right now. And we can hear the little angel of our own soul as it says, grow. Grow, beloved. Grow, beautiful one. Grow, special expression of life. I'm here with you. You're not alone. And just allow yourself in this moment to be filled with the sparklies of God's love and light, making space for peace, for possibility, for goodness to be. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. And open your eyes and see with clearer vision, see with more possibility, more faith, more understanding, more knowing that we are right where we are meant to be. And just say after me, I trust my life. My life is good. I am good. I understand and appreciate my life right here, my life right now. And so it is. And I'll stay here until our band gets up here. Thank you for being here this morning. Life is so much better because of you.